What's here, y'all? Welcome back to Right at the Wire. We've got Derby preps this weekend, 100-point variety. We've already talked about the Florida Derby. I encourage you to take a look at that individual posting. And we've also got at Oaklawn the Arkansas Derby with a $1 million purse. Grade 1, that is the 13th race, not the 3rd. I apologize. Run at a mile and an eighth for the 3-year-olds. And taking a look at this one, I don't think this is as strong a field as we had in the Rebel Stakes, the precursor to the Arkansas Derby. But certainly Cornucopian is the horse we're all really curious about for Bob Baffert, who draws the 9 post and is the extreme outside. So that for a horse who has in his only race has run up near the lead, on the lead, that is a bit of a challenge. You got Coal Battle. What a fun horse, undefeated on dirt, won the Rebel Stakes when we really, I personally didn't think he could. Ran just a monster in that one. Let's see if he can do it again. Sandman, the perennial bridesmaid, coming from the clouds, and we'll see if he can get his act together. Speed King, who won the Southwest Stakes. Publisher, still a maiden for Steve Asmussen, but is improving, and it's not going to be long before he breaks it. May do it in this race. We'll see. And then a couple other field horses who I don't think are going to factor terribly much in this one. So let's get at it. You take a look at the race shape, and right off the bat, what's the early speed? There's Speed King, Cornucopia, and you're going to get some token speed from Best Friend Rocket, but he's not good enough to factor. So really what you have is you got who's going to get to the lead. Is it going to be Cornucopia or Speed King? Now, Cornucopian's got about the best jockey he could possibly have for this race in Johnny Velasquez. We've seen him do it time and again. I can see it now, what he's going to do. He's going to send Cornucopian flying out of the gate, and then he's going to take that big swerving move over to the rail at the first turn, and then we'll see if he's good enough. Now, couple things about Cornucopian. First of all, the pedigree. Can this horse get a mile and an eighth? I think so, without a doubt. He's half to 2 stakes winners. Guarana, who I believe won the Coaching Club American Oaks. If not, she's got plenty of 2-turn stakes races, as well as Beatbox, who's been a 2-turn performer on the turf. So I don't think that's going to be a problem stretching out. Can he stretch out this quickly? That's the question. Now, it's always encouraging with a Bob Baffert horse when you see that 6 furlong work. And he's got a nice one, a 111. So I think the screws are turned up, and I think this one's ready. Now, after this race, we'll see, right? I mean, could he be another Justify? Yeah. I mean, that maiden race, it wasn't who he ran against. It was the way he ran. I mean, he was so quick and so athletic. I'm going to say that a couple things about that race that maybe to temper things a little bit. First of all, I've seen better maidens. Kerwin's maiden beats that one to death. Kerwin won by 14 lengths, and there was just no doubt how special he was. Cornucopian drew off. Nobody from that race has come back to win. So that's the first thing. Second thing is, you guys know, I do Brisnet, and if you look at the class rating, he got a 115. We have seen a lot of other horses go into stakes races with a much higher class rating off of a maiden win. Like we usually, you see 117, 118, then you really got something who's moving into stakes company. I believe as a reference, John Hancock had a 113 going into the Sam F. Davis, and the race rating was a 109. For Cornucopian, it was a 110. That's kind of mediocre. So I think we need to temper that a little bit. I like this horse. In the race shape here, there's nobody who's going to really go get him. I mean, if it's a repeat of the Rebel Stakes, he's going to be alone on the lead, and then it's just a question if he's good enough and if he's better than Matticat Road. And by all accounts, he's pretty damn good. He set the record for a maiden score at Oaklawn. You don't see 109 and change maiden races too often. But I just want to temper it a little bit. I'm picking him on top because I think this is his race to lose, particularly because of the race shape, because most of the runners you see in here are going to be coming from off the pace and aren't necessarily ones who want to get right up and press the pace. So Cornucopian, for that reason, more than any, and the natural talent that he's clearly demonstrated, and Bob Baffert, Johnny V, he's got a lot of things working for him, but there are a couple of things that just to temper it a little bit. Let's not anoint him as the second coming just yet. That's all I'm saying. But he's got a lot of things working in his favor for the Arkansas Derby. Best Friend Rocket, the last race I wasn't impressed with at all. He did win, but he sort of seemed to run open-reined, kind of had one gear and just, kept going. He did come again in the stretch for the coach. But, at this stage of the game, I can't see this one vaulting up into stakes company. He did get a career high Brisnet number, but it's well below anything the better horses in this race have done. So, to me, Best Friend Rocket is a goner. Speed King, I think, demonstrated in the Rebel Stakes that it's really more, you got to love the heart of this horse. He certainly tries hard, but now you're getting into a place where I really don't think he wants a 1.125 miles. And I don't think he's going to get the lead here. And clearly, from the Rebel Stakes, I think we saw that he pretty much needs it in order to flourish. His late fraction in his last couple races has been decreasing, while his first two fractions have stayed about the same. So you can kind of tell the distance is getting to him a little bit, and that's why Speed King, I don't think, he's not going to have the lead long if he gets it. Let's put it that way. I don't think, and I don't think he's going to be there at the end, so I'll let him go. Burton's Baytown's a really easy scratch. This horse was running in claiming races. What's he doing here? Bombed out in the Rebel. Going to do the same here. No good. Now, of the other horses in this race, Publisher, to me, is very interesting. If you go back and watch the Rebel Stakes, he got squeezed in the stretch. He was coming full barrel with Sandman. He basically was really, he was really motoring just about the same, and he got impeded a little bit, still got up for fourth. Now, look, he's a career maiden, so that's a big knock against him, for sure. But, he did finish second to American Promise, and in that race, he was right up behind him and just wasn't good enough. He just got his career high Brisnet number for the Rebel Stakes, despite, finishing fourth, and he was coming from behind. But it's not out of the realm of possibility, especially with Flavia Pratt in the irons again, that this horse might be a little more forwardly placed. And, if he can take another jump, then maybe he can chase down Cornucopian if he has problems with his first route. I think he's, of the horses in this race, he's the most interesting and intriguing to me. And I really, to be honest, I really kind of toyed with the idea of putting him on top, but the race shape just is too much in Cornucopian's favor, so I have to take him. But I really like Publisher in this race. Now, Cold Battle, you got to love him. What a great horse. Boy, he just brings it every time. He can go on the front end. He can come from behind. He can rate. I mean, he can do it all. He can do whatever is necessary. And if you consider that Matticat Road was pretty much a run, should have ran away with that race, and Cold Battle had the talent to move early and take him down. I mean, this is a pretty neat horse. Now, he was coming off of freshening. and he got a career high number. So those are all good things, you know. And but we have to think about a couple of things now. It's like, first of all, he doesn't need the race, and I don't think it's his style. Not with his trainer and the kind of story that says that they're going to take their foot off the gas for this race. But I do wonder if, with 3 straight stakes races, if maybe they're pushing it a little bit. This is a nice horse. I'm not sure if he's an elite horse for the 3-year-olds. He's really good. But he's, if you consider like build to be like the second tier, Coal Battle's above build. He's better than that, but I'm not sure he's as good as Sovereignty or Journalism or Citizen Bowl for that matter, or Barnes. Just not sure. But he's a really nice horse. Can he win this race? Yeah, he can. He can. But is Cornucopian better than Manicat Road? Well, we'll have to find out. I think the scenario is very similar to the Rebel Stakes. So if he makes that early move again, yeah, he can win this race for sure. But I just I don't know. It just seems to me like Cornucopian's in this race for a reason. I don't think they would have put him in the Arkansas Derby if they didn't, Baffert wasn't thinking, hey, this horse really showed me something. That's my thinking on it. Coal Battle is one you absolutely have to use. And, if you want to put him on top to win this race, I don't blame you, because he may repeat the Rebel Stakes again. I can certainly see it. I just got a feeling Cornucopian's got that special X factor that puts him over the top here, with really only one speed horse that's going to bother him, and I think he can handle Speed King because Speed King doesn't want the distance, and I think Cornucopian's got the pedigree to handle it. Okay, so there it is for Coal Battle, a must-use though. You look at the later runners. First Division came from the clouds, but guess what? So does Sandman. So right there, I mean, if you're gonna, you want him to suck up for third. I can't see it, because Sandman's going to be doing the same thing, and he's going to go past him. Sandman, the thing that's interesting about him, you go back and look at his running lines, he has run up closer to the pace in other races. I don't see why he couldn't do it here. He's a frustrating horse. I mean, to me, he's a tap-it, so I don't know that he's figured it out yet. He certainly has talent. And could he win this race? If Cornucopian can't settle on the front end and just, tamp down the fractions and run reasonably, if he runs like he did in his maiden win, then yeah, Sandman can win this race. But geez, he's always the bridesmaid. Do you really want to put him on top in this race? I can't do it. I think Cornucopian's a runaway winner on the front end, and Sandman's going to be doing what he always does. He's going to be flying late, and he's going to be up for second or third, and that's the extent of it. I just can't, from what I've seen from him so far, he may have a breakout race here. He very well may, but I can't. I just can't see it at this point. Mark Cash is a great trainer. I mean, maybe he'll figure out a way to get this horse more engaged early, but at this point, most of his races being run from behind, you figured that's probably what he's going to do here. And if so, he's tactically at a big disadvantage. So to me, Sandman, you use, but underneath. Monet's Magic, for a price horse, to get into the exotics, into the Tri of the Super, makes a lot of sense to me. He seems to be very one-paced, kind of got that Tiz-tastic feel to him. He's just going to keep running. He runs very evenly, and I think from that perspective, when some of the lesser talented horses like Burns' Baytown, Best Friend Rocket are dropping back, Monet's Magic, he probably won't be in any trouble, so he'll just keep running. And, with any luck, you can get him up into third, or with a puncher's chance, maybe second, if some horses get burnt out trying to chase Cornucopian. But just race shape wise, I think it's Cornucopian's race to lose. That's just what it looks like to to me, and well, you know, I think that's the best play we can have. So looking at our wagering strategy, obviously it's 7 to 5 on the morning line, probably going to be shorter than that for Cornucopian. We want to find somebody to bet for a value for win, and then, to me it's Publisher. To me, he's the one that I think can take a step forward here, and if he can get up and rate with but just behind Cornucopian and not be too far back, he's got a chance if he can build off of what he did in his last race. But it is going to require that Cornucopian isn't up to the challenge of going to a route for the first time. But, you know, Bob Baffert, I think he's pretty damn good moving these horses, stretching them out, and everything looks like all systems go for Cornucopian. So we'll go 9-3, then we'll go 3-9 for the possibility of he catches him. Then we'll do 9-6 with Sandman, 9-8 with Coal Battle, and then we'll throw in a saver with Publisher on top, 3 with 6, 7, 8. And that's, you know, obviously in the event that Cornucopian just falls right back and it's too much too soon for him. It's entirely possible for the reasons I've stated. So we will try to be defensive a little bit. Then the trifecta, not going to mess around a whole lot. It's going to be pretty short. So we'll just go 9 on top with 3, 6, 7, 8. And we'll just hope that we can get, some prices for second and third. So I hope our analysis helps you with your own wagering strategy. I wish you the best of luck as always, and certainly if you do like content like this, please like and subscribe. And again, thanks so much to all of you who have recently joined our community. Really appreciate it. We will have more postings. We've got one out for the Florida Derby already, as many of you know. But we will have the Oaks Preps at Oaklawn, the Fantasy Stakes, as well as for Gulfstream. So you can be looking forward to that. Then we will have our sequence for Gulfstream. I haven't heard anything from you guys, so I'll assume that's the one you want us to play. So we'll do that. Then we'll have our full card for Gulfstream. And if I have time, and again, life does get in the way, we'll try to do it for Oaklawn as well. But that's a little bit of a tall order. No promises on that one. So a lot of content coming this week, and be on the lookout for it. And should be, I think, you know, these two preps are going to be, I think we're going to have a lot of questions answered, and they should be a lot of fun, I think, for sure. I'm excited to watch them. I'm sure you are too. So that's it from here. I'll talk to you soon, and until then, be well.